Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Options Trader Today. So today in this video I will explain you how the price of gold has moved in the last 2 days and how the price of gold can move in the next 2 days. See, if you look at the chart of gold, what we have seen that gold is forming a flag pattern. Okay, and this flag pattern you have seen has given a breakout. That is where we have seen it made a high of around $1864. This breakout happened when it reached a level of 1826 and from there is a continuous upside. Okay, and you can see there is a probability we can see it can go further high, and it is moving. A narrow pattern is created here, and you have seen heard a news that China is also buying a lot of gold. Okay, so what we have seen here that this narrow pattern once break we have seen moved upside, made a high of around 1864, and after that it came a little down, hitting a resistance, made a low of around 1857 and then started moving upside again. Okay, so what we can see looking at this chart for next 2 days. Before that, if you have any doubt, mail me at stockmarkettradinglive@gmail.com and one more mail ID in the description. Please watch the full video so you understand how this technical work, and a Telegram link also given in the description. You can join that too. Okay, so now look at this particular chart. This was the range. You can say it is moving in a range, but it is narrowing the pattern. So once this pattern move upside, we have seen it has gone high, and this level has not reached since June of 2022. So probability can be very high. We can see it can go further high because I have already explained you that once a range breakout happen, so probability if it happens on the upside, we can see it can go further high, but if it moves downside, a probability of going further down is there. Okay, so looking at this particular chart, suppose if the price sustain this particular zone, okay, and the zone high we have seen made a high of around $1864, which is from the June 2022. It has break that particular zone. So probability is there that suppose if the price sustain, we can see it can go again to a level of $1864. Okay, and after that we can see it can go further upside. It can go from $1868 to a level of $1864 to a level of $1868. Okay, and once the price sustain above that particular level, chances are very high we can see it can cross that particular zone, and a probability of going towards 1872.71 is there. This is again a resistance which is weak resistance, so chances are high we can see a level of $1878 if the price sustain above 1871. Okay, and once the price sustain 1878, then a probability of going further upside is there, because what we have seen that these levels are already being tested here. Okay, and a weak resistance at form. But what you can see, suppose if this trend line breaks downside, chances of going further down is there, because what we have seen, it is quite volatile. Whenever it goes high, we have seen a downfall comes, but since it has broken this particular zone, we have not seen any red candles are forming. So if that resistance hit, and if it comes though, then we can see it can come in the zone again. Okay, so once it sustain, now we have seen it has made a half around $1864. So once it sustain above a level of 1878, then we can see it can cross that particular zone, and a probability of going towards 1900 is on a higher side, because most of the resistance are being weak resistance, so chances of going further upside is there. So once it sustain 1878, we can see a level of $1891, and from there we can see it can cross that particular zone and can touch a level of around $1901 also. Okay, so you have to be very careful, because we can see that because this level has not been have not come since long, so chances of going further upside is on a higher side. But suppose if the price didn't sustain this particular level, what we can see, if this level didn't sustain, okay, many of the factors affecting the price of gold moving upside. Okay, so suppose if this level didn't sustain, the next support coming at around 1857. Okay, and if this 1857 support also didn't sustain, then chances of moving further low is there. We can see a level of $1847, and from there we can see it can come down again to a level of $1844. Okay, and 1844, as I've already told you that this support is already a weak support, so chances are very high we can see a 1841 level, and once it moves below that particular zone, then we can see it can fall further low, and it can come in this particular zone, a level of 1824 we can see after falling a level of 1844. Okay, because 1831 is again a support which is, we can see it can go further low, because the probability is there that this support is already a weak support. Okay, so once the price fall below that particular level, then we can see it can go further down. Any doubt regarding this, you can mail me. I've given the mail IDs in the description. Okay, so understand now, once if it fall, once this trend line breaks downside, then we can see a level of 1811. This is the strong support, as you can see here. From there we can see a bounce back can come. Otherwise we can see if it sustain above a level of 1847, above 1847, chances of moving further upside is there. Okay, now, and if it comes below 1811, then we can see it can come to a level of 1801 and then further low. So you have to understand that 1847, and if it comes around 1811, then we can see it can move further down. Okay, so now suppose if you are trading, okay, and you should know that most of the people lose money in trading. So what I teach in my workshop, suppose if you are trading with $10,000, try to trade with 10 to 15% of capital per trade, a risk of 0.5 to 1%. That is 1000, and a risk is 0.5 is $50 to $100. Suppose if you took 5 trades, your maximum per trade risk is $100, that comes to $500. Suppose if you took all 5 trades in a day, and your maximum loss should be $500, and this will not affect your psychology, because it is not that big amount that you will try to recover on the same day. But what people do, they lose so much money in the first day itself, they try to recover it, and in that process they lose their full capital. This is what I teach in my workshop, how to overcome all these things. Okay, when to enter, when to exit, when to hedge the position, when to strategically hedge the position, and when to sit patiently. So hope you like the video, and if you like the video, please give a thumbs up.